Ever think about how a slasher flick could actually, like, make you think about politics?
No, not really.
Well, get this. Today we're going to dive into a movie called Founders Day.
Okay.
And we've got this review from moviekticket.com.
All right.
That makes it seem like this movie is, well, it's not your typical, blood and guts kind of thing.
Interesting.
Yeah, so we're going to, see what makes this movie tick.
I'm all ear.
So right off the bat, the setting it's interesting.
Yeah, how so?
It takes place in this town, Fairwood, and it's supposed to be like this really peaceful, charming kind of place.
Okay.
But they're celebrating their 300th anniversary. And, well, you know how these things go in horror movies.
Right, small town, big secrets.
Exactly. There's definitely some darkness lurking beneath the surface.
I bet. And what about this political angle? How does that play into the whole slasher?
So, apparently there's this heated mayoral race going on at the same time as, all of the slasher stuff. And it's not just some random coincidence. The killer starts targeting people connected to the candidates, like their inner circles.
Oh, so it's like the candidates themselves aren't the victims, but the people around them.
Right, exactly. It's like this twisted game.
That's a pretty unique take on the slasher genre. Kind of makes you think about, like, the real dangers of political ambition,
It really does. You start to wonder, is a masked killer really scarier than what people will do to get power?
I mean, have you seen some of the stuff that happens in politics these days?
It won't even get me started. Okay, so back to the movie. We just got to talk about the main character, Allison Chambers.
Okay, who plays her?
She's played by Naomi Grace. The review mentioned her, so I looked her up. She was in that one Netflix show. The one with...
No.
Anyway, she's great. And then there are these supporting characters played by Devin Druid and Catherine Curtin.
They're always good.
Yeah. But the real star of the show, well, at least in terms of creakiness, is the killer.
Oh, so what do we know about them?
Well, not much, which is probably intentional, to build suspense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But the review mentions this really chilling image.
Yeah.
The killer is wearing a mask, but it's not just any mask. It's like a judge's mask.
Ooh, like a symbol of justice or something.
Right, and that's where the whole thing gets really interesting.
So are they trying to expose some kind of corruption in Fairwood, or are they just out for revenge?
And that's just one layer. It seems like the Bloomquist brothers, they wrote and directed the film, they're really using this horror setting to dig into these deeper themes.
Like what?
Like, power, corruption, the whole idea of what people are willing to do to get ahead.
There's some politics, right?
Oh yeah, the review actually mentions how the film satirizes some of the craziness that goes on in campaigns.
Like what specifically?
Well, there's this scene, and it's messed up, but also kind of funny in a dark way.
Okay.
Where one of the candidates fakes an attack on themselves just to try and go viral.
Oh, wow. So they're, like, exploiting this whole idea of needing to constantly be in the spotlight.
Exactly. It's really a commentary on how far people will go for attention and power.
It's like the film is holding up a mirror to society in a way, showing us these uncomfortable truths.
It's making us think about the dark side of ambition.
Makes you wonder, like, what kind of secrets are buried beneath the surface of this perfect town?
Oh, and speaking of beneath the surface, the review really praised the way the movie looks.
In what way?
The cinematography by Mike Majilnik is supposed to be, like, really effective.
Oh, okay.
It uses lots of shadows, tight close-ups, to really trap you in the character's fear.
Oh, I get that. Like, you're right there with them feeling that sense of dread.
Exactly. And the score by Timothy Williams is supposed to be amazing, too.
So it's not just about jump scares.
No, it's about creating this atmosphere of suspense, this feeling that something bad is always about to happen.
So it sounds like Founders Day is more than just your average slasher film. It's a thriller with some real depth to it.
Definitely. It's using the horror genre to explore some bigger ideas.
Yeah.
About politics, ambition, and the dark side of human nature.
And it's all set against this backdrop of a small town with secrets.
So, if you're looking for a slasher film that will actually make you think.
And maybe keep you up at night.
This one might be worth checking out.
Yeah, you never know. It might make you start questioning everything and everyone around you.
All right, listeners, here's something to think about before you go watch it. What if the killer is actually trying to save Fairwood?
Ooh, interesting twists.
Right. We know nothing about the killer's motives. What if their violence is all in the name of justice? And what if, even worse, they're right?
I guess we'll have to watch to find out.
Exactly.